Na leo tuko wengi.
Umeona?
Leo watu wamejaribu. Ama ulilipa watu, mimi ndio hujatumia kitu. Mnitumie zangu pia.
Today we are full house.
Today it's a full house.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing?
So it is your meeting now. So Amos is talking to you. Me, I will keep quiet.
Hi guys, nice to see you guys. So today I was told to run with it concerning pitch decks and pitching in itself. And ideally, I think the first thing tunafaa kwanza nayo ni hakunanga SI unit ya pitch deck. I've seen guys pitching in Europe, I've seen guys pitching in China. Hakunanga formula as long as you know your story, as long as it can tie nicely with the story that you're telling. If you can tie why you mostly, deck yako hata inaweza kuwa slides tatu and very impactful. But because this is a program that has ways that it's supposed to be run, they have their own KPIs. It's okay for it to have its guidelines on how you're supposed to do your deck, but ideally that is not supposed to be your only deck. Personally, I have almost 7 decks. There's a deck for pitching, there's a deck for presentations concerning investors and partnerships, on a deck for employees. So having one deck is insane. Figure out your audience. I told Mark the other day when we were pitching in some place in Dubai earlier this year, I went with the deck that I thought was an investment deck, and then I found out I was like the 7th person who was supposed to pitch. Naangalia decks zenye watu wana present, and mine is not even aligning to that, and it's a deck. So people had figured out the market for UAE is different. When you're pitching to South Africans, it's not supposed to be the same deck, because the kind of money you're going to get in South Africa is not the kind of money people in UAE and those sheikh guys have. So if you're going with your deck saying you're looking for 200 USD, 300 USD, and you're seated in front of sheikhs, kidogo pale ujielewi. So I had to go back, change my decks. I think that's why you should constantly work with a PDF, with a PPT version of your deck, because it's easier to change instantly. So my deck was saying 450,000. It usually says 450,000 because that's the minimum amount of money we figured out it's able to scale for the next 3 years. So the person who went first on stage was asking for 15 million, not an attraction, not a revenue, not an 15 million USD. And I'm like, okay, this one is lost. So I made it sound better. The next person was asking for 7. The other person was asking for 3. The other person was asking for 4.5. Hakuna menye wewe unaenda hapo na 450,000. It doesn't make sense. It means people in that area, it's not you being insane, it's you understanding the space you're in. So you're supposed to be able to study the room you're in before pitching. So if you understand people are writing check sizes of whatever figure, bro, itabidi me adjust and figure out how to work towards that. It's good to know the kind of money you're supposed to ask and say how you're gonna spend it. But pia una avoid kukafala, you can be asking for 200K in a place where people are asking for 1 million USD. So Africa has taught us money is insane to get, especially in Kenya. If you go around telling people you're looking for 250,000, in shillings, that is 30 million Kenyan shillings. And it sounds like a huge figure. If you go outside there, people are wondering why a good idea like yours is raising very little money. So have a deck for every single situation. Have a deck whereby you're dreaming as big as possible. We have a deck that says we want to bring Rihanna to Kenya, which is gonna cost us about 2 million USD just on her to do a conference for two days at KICC, and we are paying her about $1 million USD. The rest is for doing ABCD. That deck cannot be presented to any African guy. They're gonna think it's insane. We also have a deck that says we want to start ABCD. That is for those places. But then there's a basic one that I'm about to show you guys, whereby if this one works, it's still a win for us in the African market. So I usually pitch in places for about 10 minutes max. That's where I found the sweet spot. So I think if you find a place where you're pitching for 5 minutes or 4 minutes, that means you have to hurry on everything you're doing and set yourself up for questions. So if your deck has, if you usually have places you want to explain your problem statements, if your pitch is 3 minutes, you don't explain. You pitch in a way that you're setting yourself up for questions. Hauambii kila kitu. So you don't tell everything, you just tell guys you'll explain a bit later for the Q&A. So you just hurry through the deck in itself. You spend a lot of time in the beginning, the story of why you're the one doing this, because it's always curious. Why is Meshach the right guy to do this? There are so many other guys who have a lot of money than Meshach has in the best environment. So your story in the beginning should be very captivating. And the mistake I've seen a lot of guys do is just dive into the deck and say, "Hi, my name is whoever," and then so this company is called Tausi. Tausi does ABC. We don't know who you are. As a representative, you've just been sent there to do it. But if you can tie a story nicely, if you can be a very captivating person in the beginning, hata wanakupardoningi huku mwisho kwa sababu wako like, okay, we understand the industry you came from, if but we see the ambition you have for building this, and we can always figure out all these other things as we go, because we are, as investors, are becoming your partner, so we will help you with ABCD. So pitching is story too. So you be a very good storyteller, tie your problem statement with your story. This company was started because of the problem that I had, if you can remember my story in the beginning. So inaenda ikitie nicely. The market value, I noticed the market value because of this, because of my story. It took me to start investigating why this problem exists. Ukianza kusema market statements ni kama something ulienda kwa Google and stuff. You're setting up yourself for failure. That's why a story is nice to tie every single slide, so to be able to relate back to the story that you had. So allow me to share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
So my deck is visible, yeah?
Kabisa?
Deck inaonekana?
Yes, inaonekana.
Awesome. So my name is Amos. As you have seen, my background is a musician. I used to be one of the biggest gospel artists in Africa, and I used to want to get beauty services on the go. There's something about a fresh haircut when you about shoot a music video. I used to have a team of like 30 dancers, so I would spend like $300 on their makeup. And that was very expensive to do because not of the financial bit of it, it's because beauticians usually want you to pay for their transportation before they agree to come to where you are. Most of them, I hadn't even seen them, I hadn't seen their job, but they were asking me for to pay a down payment before. But every time I ordered an Uber, the driver would commonly come to my house, pick me and drop me at the location that I want to go, even without having a location. So I started asking myself, how comes drivers feel more secure than beauticians do? And if you check at beauty colleges, there's a lot of students who pay close to 1,000 USD to be able to study. And once they clear school, not all of them end up practicing what they studied. Some end up doing other side hustles because the industry is very limited when it comes to jobs. So I quit music and I began Tausi. Tausi means peacock in Swahili, and Tausi is a beauty tech platform that is leveraging on AI to connect quality beauticians to clients on the go. And why? Our vision is to drive a change in habits. We believe that not everybody thinks that they can get beauty services in their home. They only think that's for the rich. And our mission is to provide opportunities for skilled beauticians so that they can be able to get jobs. We do all the hustling for the jobs and they get to focus on delivering their skills. So Tausi is just an effortlessly scheduling beauty appointment suit for your city needs. The problem can be dissected into two dimensions, whereby we are solving beauticians' problems and clients' problems because we have identified Africa lacks streamlined and convenient personalized beauty services. So ideally, it takes approximately one in every 15 gig beauticians, they get robbed when they are going to deliver services, and it takes them around 24 months to be able to break even while they're doing their jobs by themselves. And 60% of them cite clients acquisition as a big problem because they don't know how to run the business part of it. They only know how to do the skill. And also the client side, there's safety concerns. They don't know who's coming to their house or what's going to happen. And 45% of the clients report dissatisfaction with the skill in general. Some feel like the job done to them was not quality. And it takes more than 1 hour of waiting time in a busy salon when you go to a physical salon to actually get someone to serve you. So Tausi's solution is to provide a tech product that is able to do AI matching. You're able to see who's coming to your house. And ideally, the whole entire booking system should take out at least 30 minutes. So in short, the Tausi offers a beauty tech platform that seamlessly connects quality beauticians to clients easily. So why now? We've understood Africa is growing. People have understood they can work their own hours. The gig economy is also growing, and Africa is a virgin market. We feel like this beauty side is very untapped, and we have the first movers advantage. The market is quite huge. It's a 66 billion industry. We have a 10 CAGR, and we are targeting 200 million urban career-aged women that spend around 15 USD per month on beauty services. And if we can only get 5% of the 200 million urban career-aged women in Africa, we are going to be able to break even very fast. We have competitors, guys like Beauty Link, they are based outside Africa, StyleSeat based outside Africa, Glams Code outside Africa. The only competitors we have in Africa is old traditional salons, and we are better than them because they have to rent. They don't have the actual data. They can tell you how many times you've shaved this year in their physical space. Tausi app can be able to tell you how many times you've done your hair, and we are able to give you a discount. The other guys outside Africa, we are beating them because we have an AI bit of things, and we're building a community for beauticians whereby we are able to see them grow from the beginning. So our products, you can be able to see your beautician, you can be able to see your calendar, you can be able to see the photos. We also have an AI scan where you can post a photo of your face. It's going to scan your face, give you a skincare recommendation, tell you the type of skin you have, pull the products that you need to buy to take care of the type of face that you have. And you can pull 10 beauticians that are closest to you and even go ahead and book them because they're better with your type of skin. We also have Tausi booths. This is a future plan for the next 3 months where we're going to have physical booths around the city, and people are allowed to log into the app, select a booth that is closest to them, owned by Tausi App. No one has to rent it. And then you can see beauticians assigned to that specific booth. And then you guys get to meet there if you don't want people to come to your house. So this is supposed to cater for guys who are conservative with their spaces. So the way it works is you just log in on the app, select the booth, see beauticians down there that are actually allowed to work on that, book the beauty.
Copy the last minute or so.
Sorry.
Okay, we can hear you better now.
All right. So we've won some awards. We won the Youth 254 Entrepreneurship Awards as the Tech Company of the Year. We came also in that place in Dubai at the SSS competition, and we also participated in the Startup World Cup in 2023, where we came in second place. We also have strategic relationships whereby our industry partner, beauticians purchase beauty products at 40% off when it comes to our financial partner, whereby beauticians get loans depending on how much money they make. They get loans from, and then they get to pay a little bit later. Training partners, we have whereby if you're being onboarded on our platform as a beautician, you're gonna have to be able to go to a beauty college that is closest to you, or to, and you get certified, and then you're onboarded on the app. Beauty partner, they move our beauticians from point A to point B. So this is my team. I am the creative bit of things. Mr. Watua exited nice and lovely with he understands the industry better. He's our COO. We have Leonard, who's seated in Dallas, our CTO. Tech Guru has worked in Oracle before. Susie Wakabi runs one of the biggest Susie beauty products in East Africa. She's part of our advisory board. Irene QA is Miss Tanzania and runs TWA, a women community-based platform. She's in our board advisory. And John Kamara is a serial entrepreneur who invested a pre-seed round in us. So our ask why we're here today is we've raised about 150 USD. We're looking for 450 USD so that we can do 1 million job connections across 5 African countries, which is Kenya, Tanzania, South Africa, Zambia, and Nigeria. We're going to use that money for product development, market and customer acquisition, operations, staffing, and beauticians training so that they can offer top-notch services. That is Tausi App. And if you have any questions, I would be glad to answer them. This last slide is for Q&A. While I answer questions from the judges or from the investors, I usually like to leave this for the audience so that they can understand the whole entire loop of how Tausi App works from beginning to the end. So you guys can figure that out as we talk for the Q&A session. Thank you.
Ish, makofi. Who has a question for Amos?
Oh, okay, thank you. My question is on from your presentation. I did not see the revenue. I did not see the revenue you have raised, the revenue you have generated from your business.
I think that's where you guys said it was. I think that's the part probably you guys missed when things were lagging. It's it's here. So this is the whole entire revenue where I said we've done 72,000 USD since we began, and we've done 13,000 transactions so that it can come to 72,000 USD. Services has been 42,000. Subscription model has brought us 24,000. And then we have loans that we give from Lipa Later. It has earned us 6,000 since we began. And we have high seasons whereby in April, August, and December, we make most of the money because it's on holidays and we do a lot of weddings. Then this part is what you missed, I guess, when things were lagging.
Oh, okay, thank you.
All right, there's a question in the chat, Amos.
Amos, what was your very fast pitch experience like? How do you hold yourself together during a pitch? I was a musician. I've been in front of stages even before I was an entrepreneur. So I feel ideally for myself, it's a bit unfair to answer that question because I think I was very used to being in front of audiences. So ideally, what freaks me out is people judging the business model that you have, because this is an idea that you came up with and now you have to tie it nicely and then present it. So I choose one guy in the room, I focus on that guy, stare at that guy until things are very awkward. I forget about everyone else in the whole entire room. But I also feel like my first pitch was more of a storytelling because I didn't know how to tie everything together nicely. So I think if you can figure out how to tell a story, it's easier. Let people ask questions concerning the business model. How do you make money? But if I can tell you the story of how I started was just no website, no nothing. It's just tell a beautician. I can tell how people used to call the phone number and then ask for a beautician, and then I would go to my Excel sheet, find the beautician that is closest to that area, and then ask the beautician if they can do that job, and then give me 20%. So that is a story that I've told, but you can see the business model is there because I'm earning 20%. It's just that it's scattered all over the place. So you'd rather have a story that is scattered all over the place and it's honest and it's you and it's showing how you started, and then people can patch things together inside there. I think this pitching thing has taught us to think of things like this is how things are done. I doubt that's how things are done. I to 1.2 million USD last week, but one, and I was very curious how he did it. So I had a meeting with him early this week on Monday. And I was looking at his pitch deck. Even mine looks better when it comes to graphics. It comes to how it's tied down. And he has raised 1.2 after failing another startup and after blowing out money. So it Haina formula, this thing has no formula. It's just how you tell your story and tie it nicely. As long as you can be able to convince an investor that Tausi has the goal to have 10,000 beauticians, and then those 10,000 beauticians are supposed to do one job, a person a day. That's 10,000 jobs in 24 hours. for all the 10,000 beauticians, and then they start doing the maths in their head. So if you are earning a commission of 20% and you have 10,000 jobs in a day, and my money is what's supposed to help you facilitate 10,000 jobs in a day, whether it's weddings or whatever, I'm going to give you the money. It doesn't matter how good your deck looks, as long as you can sell the future and show the money is going to make sense. And you need their money to be able to make sense of the business that you're doing, and it's going to 10x their money. It starts making sense to them. I've met guys who are disabled in pitching, in talking, like Anasta Masana, and they do a pitch. They have figured out how to do a pitch in less than 1 minute because they are selling the future scale. Kwa sababu wakifanya hizi 10 minutes mmepewa, they are going to stammer the whole entire session. So then they have come down, they have figured out how high. I saw one person doing that in Armenia. They have issues with stammering, but they are given equal time like the rest of us. Like you're supposed to be on stage for 10 minutes, and they are very creative. They have made one slide that has everything, and then they have made a video from when they were home relaxed, because I think they stammer more when they are under pressure. So they figured out the best way is to do a video showing how the products works, the demo. They're not even talking on top of that, and then one slide that explain exactly how they're going to make money in the future and where you as an investor are supposed to come in. Now, when you look at a pitch like that, you start asking yourself questions like, I, as Amos, I'm a creative, I'm a musician, I'm supposed to see things in a way that most people are not seeing it. So how do I make my pitch different as a creative? So you look at yourself as Elizabeth or as Violet. What are you very gifted at as a person? Those are the things people don't tell us. Unaweza pata Violet probably ni mnoma kupreach. Kama wewe ni mnoma kupreach, tie that thing together. You can pull Bible verses that are business wise from King Solomon or from whoever and then tie it nicely. And then that's what stands out for you. If you're a gardener, bana, come showing yourself. If you're doing agri-tech, si lazima uvae suti. Unavaa suti ya kazi gani na unafanya agri-tech? Just come wearing those gowns for the garden. If you're selling medicine, figure out what you're good at and tie it nicely with your pitch. That's how you win. That's how you stand. Those are my thoughts.
Question, Amos, eh?
Yeah.
So for somebody like Mishek, who's currently pursuing product market fit, yeah. So he already has users, but he's now trying to build the stickiness in terms of like the application to get more people transacting and to be able to kind of like onboard more users. So although he's not yet at a place where he's, for example, generated 74K USD like yourself, yeah. So what tips would you have for somebody like that?
I think the only way he wins is showing us the future. So tell us exactly how this thing looks like when it blows up completely. The same thing I used to do when I didn't have revenue. We used to take investors through the whole entire process. This is how I'm going to onboard beauticians. I'm going to use 0 shillings to onboard beauticians. I'm going to go to beauty colleges. I'm going to get lists and cohorts of guys who have cleared. That's free. So once I have the pipeline of enough beauticians, this is what's going to happen when you give me the money because I don't have revenue right now. I'm going to start doing marketing and ABCD. And then every beautician should be doing at least 1 job a day. So if you do the calculations, if 1 job is 3,000 Kenyan shillings, and I have 6,000 beauticians, and we do in year 2, we are doing 6,000 jobs, meaning every beautician is doing 1 job a day. That is 6,000 jobs that I have created, and then 3,000 for every job times 6,000. Those figures start making a lot of sense in the investor's mind. So you're looking at yourself right now, I don't have revenue, it's fine. But now, if you can skip that loop and show a roadmap, like the one I showed you at the last slide on the deck, show a roadmap of how you're supposed to use that money you're asking for to be able to generate 6,000 jobs a day. And it's going to make sense if you're asking for 450,000 to be able to do 6,000 jobs in a day and you're making 3,000 per job. the figures start becoming enormous. That's how you win. Because investors, the thing people forget, investors are not looking for money that's going to return back every single month. Those are businessmen. Businessmen are the guys who want to give you money and then give them dividends every single end month. Investors are looking for the next Facebook. They're looking for the next Instagram. So if you can show them by the time you guys are retiring or by the time you guys are doing ABCD, I'm going to be 10xing the amount of money that you gave me. So they're looking for a 7-year-old plan. You're thinking you don't have revenue. It means it's small. You're thinking of writing. And that's the problem. So think of 7 years ahead. Yes, Mukurweini.
Okay, my question is on when you're seeking investment,
Yeah.
the $450, are you giving out equity or you are taking it as a loan?
So I am giving equity, but now it also depends on somebody. I had a meeting yesterday whereby somebody was willing to give us, and they were specific on where they want to invest. They were like, get rid of, because we've seen you making some revenue. If you're making 6,000 revenue USD from loans that you're giving using way more, because you're only getting 2% and then they're getting 9% out of that loan. So if you can make 6K with 2%, it means these guys, if you do the math for 9%, they have made a whole lot of money using your company. So I'm gonna give you 200K USD to give loans directly to beauticians, and then you can get now the whole entire 9% as Tausi. So you see, this is somebody coming into your company with an idea of where they want to invest the money and how they want it back. They don't want equity. They want you to take it as a loan so that you can give them back at an X amount of money. Sometimes investors get to dictate how they want their money taken. How is it fixated at I'm getting 450 for maybe 10%? And that's where your mind stops at things. You need to be open-minded in that.
Okay. Another question. Let's say,
Yeah.
for example, you may have a business,
Yeah.
but in that business, like the way you are saying about the loan product component in your business.
Yeah.
So can you give an investor an opportunity to invest in that specific feature?
Yeah. That's what we are doing. We are allowing investors to invest in some specific features. Probably it's just loan. There are some who can invest on B2Bs only, whereby subscription models, and they're earning X amount of money. And then some you just give equity. Ukipeana equity inafaa ikuwe ni mtu mwenye uko sure they are gonna take the headaches that you're having consistently. Because now it means they are co-shares partners. Meaning when I'm having board meetings, this guy has to be there. And he has to feel the pain that we are feeling when we are on downtime, salaries are cut, we are running out of money. Equity is tricky. It means it's somebody you're going to bed with completely. That's why you need to find other ways of dissecting if you don't want to give equity. Personally, I find equity being the best option because nowadays we have a safe round, meaning a safe note is whereby you are allowing the investor to give you money and then you're promising them a stake in the company in future. So if you are doing a safe agreement, what I'm saying is you will give me the 450. I'm promising you 10% of the shares 7 years from now when I'm valued at 10 million USD. That's when you're going to come in. So it means I can be able to raise as many rounds as possible because my cap table is intact. Mtu akiangalia cap table yangu anaona Amos owns 100% of this business. So I'm able to do so many rounds. But what they don't know is 7 years from now, I'm giving all of you shares of a company that's worth 10 million USD. So safe notes are better. I hope that answers your question, Mukurweini.
Hiyo imesound mwosho moja na jik, but anyway, that's with a light touch.
Yes. So safe notes are that's what I do directly instead of going for loans. Loans are good, but now the trick is with loans, I feel like I'm gonna start investing in other different things instead of, because I'm going to be so scared of the amount I'm supposed to pay consistently. So I might end up opening physical vinyoses and physical salons that I'm able to have money coming in consistently so that I can be able to pay loans. Sababu pia, you have to hire beauticians you have to hire people to make sure they're following through on whether the beauticians you're giving money, they're gonna return the money. What happens if they default? Who's the one who's gonna be asked? So personally, I'm scared of loans.
Thank you, Amos. That's how Patrick amehepa. I wanted to throw a couple of guys under the bus. So Mishek, let's Renis. Renis, are you on the call?
Yes, I'm here.
Do you have your pitch with you?
Yes, I do.
Yes. Can we give you 5 minutes to pitch and then Amos gives us feedback?
Okay, please.
Yes, on the
Acha
spot.
niload vio. Unasema na pitch in front of the expert. Nice.
Yes, and Olisema you have to be ready to pitch on the spot.
Yeah. Acha niload your pitch deck.
Yeah, sawa. So Mishek, get ready. Hopefully Mukurweini akirudi pia ata get ready. The floor is yours, Renis.
Kidogo pitch deck yangu ina load wewe.
Amos usiogope kukua. Now you are an investor sitting on the other side. So you tell us how it goes.
Kidogo tu. Lakini yangu si kama hiyo Amos.
Yangu ni graphics tu, yangu ni graphics tu, hata si mimi nimefanya.
Nikawa nimetake my screenshot, but anyway, let me load. Yeah. Where? Sawa, I am ready. Am I ready kwele?
Uko ready.
The pitch deck ina load. Sijui ni nini. But nishaifungua. Acha nishare tu screen yangu. Oh my load. So I'll start my pitch. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Natumia tu pitch deck yenye niko nayo, hata sija make changes, but anyway. Hello everyone. My name is Reni Sowino, and I am the founder of Code with Kids. At Code with Kids, we empower the next generation of innovators, one line of code at a time. In 2010, I lost my mom, and I had to move from home to come and stay in Kibera with my aunt. With this particular shift, it led to a couple of challenges that I faced. Because back at home, I had a computer, but when I moved to Kibera, there was limited resources. Most of the cybers were male-dominated and were quite costly. This was not a friendly environment for a 15-year-old girl. So one day, I said, when I grow up, I'd want to create a place where kids can come, learn, and explore technology without feeling pressure. In Kibera, there are no community spaces for exploring technology. There's no resources, like teachers lack resources to teach coding and STEM efficiently. And then there's limited career prospects, because without these resources, when there's no places for kids to explore, they have a limited career prospects. Like they don't have access to technology. This means that their career is limited. Their career prospect is limited. At Code with Kids, we offer affordable and accessible STEM education, interactive sessions fostering creativity and innovation. We have fun sessions that are full of play, and our sessions are learner-centered and project-based learning. We offer these sessions in schools, community organizations, and our makerspace in Olympic. These are some of the pictures of learners during sessions. You can see from their face that they are enjoying their sessions. Our sustainable revenue streams at Code with Kids include membership fees where we charge learners for membership annually. We sell merchandise. We offer after-school clubs in different schools within the community and also outside community. We offer virtual sessions with to clients who are in Africa and outside Africa, different places. Those are learners who cannot be able to come physically to our space. We do TOT, where we do trainings of trainers, where we get to train different teachers and different STEM educators from different places. We receive donations from different people, and we also offer STEM bootcamps. These STEM bootcamps, we do them in Nairobi, outside Nairobi. We've done them in Kakuma Refugee Camp, Turkana, and now we'll be doing it as well in Mukurweini. Our impact and traction. We've trained over 2,500 learners in 3 different locations, Kibera, Lodwar, and Kalobeye settlements. We've conducted over 1,000 sessions. Learners have been able to create over 12,000 projects. Those are game designs, websites, 3D creations, 2D animations, and we've worked with over 35 schools and organizations. Our revenue growth and profitability. The key factors that are contributing to our growth, these are like expansion of our programs and services. We've been able to expand our programs to different areas and also introduce new services, increased partnerships with schools and organizations, and the growing demand in for STEM education in low-income areas. Our roadmap. For Code with Kids, currently, we are looking forward to expand our facility, acquire tech scholarship for our learners who will be finishing their high school, get industry partnership with different companies that are doing things in relation to STEM, so that we can have like a mini internship for our learners and also amplify our impact. We've been able to secure PLP software development scholarship for 2 of our learners who just completed their high school, and we are proud to say we are also part of the Scratch collaborative, education collaborative, because Scratch is one of the coding softwares we use as well. Our vision is to create an inclusive community where every child, regardless of background or financial situation, can learn and grow through STEM. This helps in fostering a brighter and more sustainable future for the kids. If you would love to work with us, if you would love to partner with us, if you would want to support a learner, kindly feel free to reach us out in our social media platforms. Thank you. I welcome feedback.
Hey, congratulations. And you've done it in under 5 minutes. Wonderful. I think for me, the only feedback I have is in your roadmap, you're not really stating how the priorities you have are going to, like what it's going to result to. Yeah, like what are going to be the KPIs that are going to be affected by you expanding your space, and all those other investments you're going to make into the business. I think that's the only bit that is not clear to me. So like Amos alisema, unafaa kuwa able kushare hiyo numbers, kusema vizuri, like
the future. And I feel personally that makes so much sense, and I think your presentation is also nice. But I personally won't get into the business bits of it because it ties nicely. My advice would be slide 2 should be slide 1. You start with your mom.
Okay.
Because your story is personal, because it's you, Kibera and all that, learning to code and start there. Anzoko, start with, hi, I'm Renice. I came from Kibera. So my mom used to do this personally. Let's interact, because your story is emotional and you're not leveraging on that. Tufanya tulie in the first 1 minute, invested kwa your story. By the time unaanza kutuambia ati it's code with kids, tuna relate bana. Yani mtu kupatia tu love ungekuwa mbali sana. So start there. And then in between, be very captivative, because now you're giving people an opportunity that you didn't get. So tuambie hata hiyo pitch deck yako imetengenezwa na mtoto mgani, hata kama you're going to do childish things on the deck. Imagine we are going to give you a pass because you understand it's coding for kids. You took one kid, You figured out this kid is very gifted when it comes to creating designs and stuff. Probably yeye ni mnoma code na ni mnoma kufanya design. Yeye ndo alikutengenezea deck. Ukishaambia investors hata si umefanya deck imefanywa na one of those kids, it shows even you're using your own product. So it doesn't matter whether your business model sucks. The fact that you connected with you emotionally, and then you connected with the kid that you've given the opportunity to be able to, you trust na hii stuff yenye you're here to raise money, but you trust your presentation with a 9-year-old. Hata si tunakutrust na do kwa sababu if you can do that to any other guys, it's better. So I keep insisting, as long as you're focusing on the gifts that you have and you're leveraging on your own personal story, you have no reason for losing. Mi nikiona business model yako it makes sense, na nimeconnect na wewe emotionally, na nimeconnect na wewe as a person, na nimeconnect venye umeconnect biashara yako, I will hire somebody to figure out your business model for you.
Nice, thank you.
Wonderful. Mishek, you had a hand? Mishek? He's dropped off, eh? Yeah. Yes, Mishek. Hello, Mishek.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you had a hand. Go ahead.
No, I'm trying to find my pitch deck. Huh?
Okay. Yeah. Sawa. So Mishek, look for your pitch deck. Patrick, do you have your pitch deck with you? Niliona ulinitumia.
Hey, you can share mine, eh?
Sasa wewe ndio una pitch, so you can pitch.
I'm saying, let me organize then.
Okay.
Okay.
Sawa. Mishek, uko ready?
I think Renis also, if you can do videos, is fine. Hata kama ni 30 seconds ya video. Because those kids connect na sisi emotionally, bana. So if you're gonna show us 30 seconds of the video of the kids that have learned how to code and they're excited, they're saying code with me instead of code with kids because they are the kids.
Yeah.
Bro, very invested from the first 30 seconds.
Okay, thank you.
Patrick, uko ready?
Bado sija nini? Sija connect.
Sawa. Mishek, uko ready?
Bado bana.
Wewe wacheni hizo bwana. Wacheni hizo. Haya, Patrick.
Hello, Mark.
Yes, ni share, niko na yako.
You can share, then I can take them through.
You can talk through it, eh?
Yeah.
Haya, sawa. Lakini bado mutaiweka, you'll format it into your own theme, yeah? Because unajua mko na style yenyu na brand yenyu.
Sawa.
All right. So let me mute. You can start talking us through.
Okay, thank you. So my name is Patrick Mutahi, founder of Mukurweini Oil Enterprises. And Mukurweini Oil Enterprise, the idea was born in the farm, in the village, where we started by empowering our farmers by ensuring that they're able to do high-value oil seeds. We started with sunflower, and we started with 100 farmers. Then we have grown to more farmers and more territories. Next. So the problem we face in our region is that most of the small-scale farmers do not have access to profitable markets, do not have also they have a challenge with their soil fertility. So you find they have been farming maize, beans every time. So the land is the soil fertility is infertile, and we are looking to change, or we are changing this narrative in the village. Next. So the solution we came up with is that we have introduced training, provision of seeds, and guarantee to market to different farmers. Our value proposition is that we're able to provide these products to our farmers directly by contracting them, giving them an opportunity to access market. We have partnered with different companies which we have secured market, and we have memorandums and agreements with them to be able to offtake our products. So this is how the process starts. We start first by mobilization, recruitment, and training farmers. Then after we do that, we give farmers 4 to 5 months. They harvest, then we go to the farms, we deshell the seeds, and we purchase them from the farmers. Then after purchasing them from the farmer, we go and process the oil, both sunflower and castor oil, both for cosmetic and also for biofuel. Next. The market opportunity we have. One of the biggest market opportunity we have in the country, is a 30 billion. It is a 30 billion industry, whereby there is high demand for biofuel products in the country, and we estimate this to be 3 billion plus, although it is more. And from our own production, we are looking at enrolling 10,000 farmers in Nyeri County to be able to meet this demand with a share of 20% market share. With partnership with any, we will be able to meet that demand. Our competitive advantage, one is that our value chain starts from seed provision to access to market. So there is no a broker in between. And then that gives us a competitive edge. Then we also have reduced our cost efficiency by ensuring that we have a field officer in every village. That has reduced our expenses. Then on sustainability, we have, because of our farming practices, we are guaranteed of yield. If there is no rainfall, because of the crops we are farming are drought resistant. Next. So our value chain, we start with research, where we research on the best farming practices in the area and the climatic condition and the variety to use in that area. Then from there, we start mobilization of farmers, recruitment, monitoring, and also harvesting. Then the next process is operations. We do deshelling, we do oil processing, and we also do transportation. Marketing and sales to different companies which have given us contract. Then we also do customer care services. Next. Our traction so far, we have been able to enroll this season 10,000 farmers under contract. Land under cultivation, we are looking at 10,000 acres. So far, we have raised 100K USD in revenue this year with different positive reviews from our customers. As our traction, the other traction is that we have been able to sign, go back. We have been able to get partnership with any Kenya for biofuel production, and we're also exploring for international collaboration with to expand our market. So this is a Facebook review. Some of the customers who have used our product, they have been able to give us feedback after use. Our business model. This is the unit cost for the seeds from the farmer is 52 shillings. We buy from the farmer, and from that we earn a margin of 15 shillings per kg from the aggregation and processing. On sustainability, on average, the farmer is going to harvest like 1,500 kgs of seeds per year. So we are looking at a revenue, a gross profit of 60 million in the next 12 months. What we are asking for, we're asking for funding of $150 US. This will help us expand our market recruitment. We want to increase our numbers from 10,000 plus. And also we want to purchase the shelling machines and processing machine to meet the increasing demand for the oil products. We also want to strengthen our logistics and transportation, because in this business, you use a lot of transport expenses. And if you can be able to have our own logistics, we are going to reduce on our transport expenses. Also, we're also going to invest in marketing and explore sales channels for the oil and livestock feed in the country and outside the country. Also, with that amount, we expect to repay this loan within 3 years from revenues generated through sales of oilseed production and processing. Next. So, and non-financial is that we need strategic advisory from experts, so that like Mark, my friend here, so that we can be able to scale this business to a multi-billion industry. And also, we are also looking for industry partnerships, both local and international, to be able to scale this project, because they have several opportunities of farmers who want to farm even outside the country, like in South Africa and Nigeria. So we are looking at an opportunity to be able to scale it in Africa. So our milestones and next steps. First is to do recruitment and expand our processing capacity. Then after that, we are going to install the shelling machines in every location in different areas to make it easier for us to be able to get the raw materials. We're also going to increase our market reach. Tuache tu only to depend on the local market. We also look at international buyers who have also expressed interest with biofuel and cosmetic. So our team, I'm the founder with 3 years experience in management. We have Pauline, who is in charge of sales and marketing, 2 years experience. We have Francis, who does operations manager, and he has 3 years experience. We have Eileen, who is in product development. And in total, we have a team of 18 staff. So I have not support staff who are supporting the vision. Thank you. I welcome your questions.
Initial reactions. I have a question before reactions, Amos. Yeah. So the question is, this type of pitch deck that Patrick has done, yeah. What kind of audience do you believe it would be good for? Because I think it's a little different to the first two that we've seen. So which audience do you believe this one would work quite well for?
Personally, I don't think it's an investor's deck. It can be for pitching to onboard clients as well, because clients understand it better. I understood it better as a consumer. Talking about it as somebody who has money in my pocket and he's talking to me to give him money, there were so many parts that were not tying down. Because when it got in the end, where you said you're making a revenue of 100K in 2024 this year, that blew my mind. And then later you came and said the ask you want is 150K. So my head went to, you're already making that in a year. So just go to the bank and get a loan. You're gonna get a bigger amount from the bank, or from individuals. If you're making 100K USD a year, we should be talking about almost $1 million USD. so that you can become a multi-billion company. Kwa sababu me giving you 150K and you're making 100K, kidogo they're not tying nicely together. You start now either questioning, is he really making the 100K or is that part made up? Ama, you're mismanaging the 100Ks, that's why you want another 100K and 150 from me. So it raises a lot of questions in between there. And then there's a part where you said 60 million. I didn't know whether it was shillings. I hope it's not shillings, because you should be mixing currencies on the deck. Make sure everything is in dollars if you want it to be in dollars. So iko na two loopholes kidogo tu that are making people raise questions as an investor. But kama ni sales, I'm buying, because you are making money, you're confident for looking for loans, the product is nice, iko na reviews, iko na watu hadi Facebook wamesema ina work vizuri, I am purchasing it. So that deck is for purchase, it's for a customer. You need a deck for an investor.
Wonderful. And I also have something to share. I don't know if you also noticed the same, Amos. The company Eni, it came out about 6-7 times in the slide.
Yeah,
and they probably they're a partner, but as a business, I think there's that secret sauce that you have. Yeah. So if you're positioning another partner so high or very repetitively in your slides, then I might as well go and work with Eni as opposed to working directly with you, because it appears that Eni is the one who is are able to push the kind of impact that we are looking for. So I think as part of the story, you are the one who has to kind of like own the IP or the technical know-how or the execution or the process or the actual product. You're the one who's supposed to own that thing, and that becomes now the reason why these other people are fighting to give you their money so that they can also benefit from that good thing that you're already doing. But ukisema we are going to be successful because we have this partner hapo kidogo we might as well go and work with that partner directly. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, Amos.
You make so much sense. It makes sense, because you even us, we used to call ourselves the Uber of beauty. We used to borrow ideas from Uber. So we are marketing the other guy more than we are actually selling our own vision, and you are asked to stop doing that. So it's a whole entire learning process. And I think Mukurweini, you're learning. The fact that you're already here, it means the next pitch is gonna make more sense. I am willing to do things. I'm willing to help you with my team. They're gonna help you with the deck, so that it stops looking like it's so much clouded with where you're going with it. So nitumie tu your deck in PDF form, PPT form. I'll just give my guys, they can go through it. And then lastly, I'm willing to introduce you to the actual founder of Nice and Lovely. That guy did a product, and you're doing a product as well. It might be different products, but the fact that guy came from where he came from, he didn't know the industry, and that guy exited Nice and Lovely. I think that's somebody you need to sit down with, because you're doing that as well. So I think when you're pitching, make sure you have your product physically in the room. Patia judge bana, hata akienda nyumbani apike nayo jioni, anakumbuka yeye kuna pitch niliona leo ya jamaa. Even if it's small sachets of it, because that's the beauty of having a physical product. It's you being able to pass it on to people to play around with it as much as you're talking about it.
Okay,
So
Amos,
nitafute kwa inbox. Yeah.
What happens is that my business value proposition have been changing.
Yeah.
Depending on different opportunities that you come across. So sometimes you find that there is a line that you want to push. The one I started with cooking oil.
Yeah.
But when you look at the revenues that you are getting from the cooking oil, you understand. You move now to maybe cosmetics or cosmetic because of the high returns, and also biofuel because also of high returns.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sometimes
No.
sometimes you find yourself changing the value proposition in your business.
Yeah. So you're going where the money is. Also, that might be a problem because now you need to be very stubborn with the actual goal, but flexible with the plans. Meaning wewe si biashara, you're not like a butchery or a boutique at the revenues ndio zina determine where you're going. Because you're an entrepreneur, your entire goal is to innovate. And what you've done so far is very innovative because it's Mukurweini oil. So you want to take Mukurweini oil to Las Vegas and people understand these products. Doesn't only come from Kenya, it comes from Nyeri somewhere. That's insane. So that's the thing you become stubborn with. So you don't change the idea, you don't change the product because of revenue. That's why I'm saying, think about it from 7 years from now. This is how much millions we can make or billions, and then now come back like this. So if you come backwards, you start understanding there are partners I can work with. I don't have to change products. Because even I have met guys who are telling me services don't have money, it's the products that have money.
Yeah.
So that means you're not the guy for me. We shouldn't even be in the same room with you. I'm looking for guys who are talking about services. I become stubborn with my whole entire goal.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. I'll edit that. We'll edit that presentation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just
There's
to
a guy
tie
called.
Go ahead, Amos.
There's a guy called Chams Media. He goes to the States and identifies businesses that have scaled globally. Niliona kuna mtu anauza land Texas, ameuza mashamba huku mpaka sasa anauza States. He's allowing us to own a small part of a shamba in Texas. So amechukua idea ya broti maguta akaipeleka mpaka Texas. Now I can sit here and purchase land in Texas somewhere. So there's always a bigger way you can do the business idea you have, just if you're stubborn with it consistently. You don't have to change anything. Just think of the biggest thing it can be. So Mukurweini, inbox me bana. We can do a personal meeting at a communication. We just figure out how to scale it together with my
That's how I'll inbox you.
Hapo sawa.
All right, just to plus one on what Amos was saying, in terms of like the story not adding together, is because uliacha ile vision ulikuwa nayo. Unaona, ideally ulikuwa umeanza ni small scale farmers rely on subsistence farming. They are affected by soil degradation, climate conditions, and lack of access to profitable markets. Yeah, and then the farmers want to increase their income, to improve soil fertility, but they lack the access to high value crops and guaranteed markets. So that is what now unafaa unatumia kuhinge. So it doesn't really matter kama unaingia kwa castor ama kama unaingia kwa nini, as long as it ties back to your impact yenye ulikuwa una go for. So yes, umekuwa na revenue, but mafarmers pia wame increase revenue zao ama waja increase. Yani I don't know, hiyo part ndio story inafaa ina connect, kwa sababu sasa ukianza kurukaruka, then it feels like so I think remember the story you started with, and then carry that consistently through each and everything you're doing in your business. Helping you. That is what Amos is saying. Today it could be castor oil, tomorrow it could be avocado oil, it could be macadamia nuts.
Yeah.
But what is it feeding? Kwa sababu maybe mtu wa macadamia, you have a different value proposition for them. Mtu wa avocado maybe anahitaji something different. But remember why you started the company. So the vision is still the same, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Sawa. Amos, do you have time for one more?
Yeah, I'm available.
Okay. Mishek, uko ready?
Yep.
Yeah, twende, take it away.
All right. Share my screen. Can see it, huh?
It's loading. Yes, go ahead.
All right. So, good morning,
ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mishek. I'm from a company called Sokolink. So at Sokolink, we have a mission to empower sustainable and seamless commerce with digital technology. So last year, I met Margaret. Margaret is 35 years old, and she quit her job as a nurse to venture into the fast food industry. One thing about Margaret is she's very tech savvy and understands the role of technology in the customer engagement processes in this era of online dominance. So she tried hiring a developer to develop their own e-commerce platform. But one thing about the developer is that he was very unreliable, and the project did not come into fruition. So she had to resort to using third-party marketplaces to process her orders. And what she kept on complaining that that the commissions on these third-party platforms are very high. And this is something that we have conducted research with some of the restaurant owners and players in the food and beverage industry, and we have confirmed that they face this problem just like Margaret. So what is the solution? Commerce platform where businesses list their catalogs for free, create their branded digital storefront, which is power, and this enables them to receive direct orders from customers. We do this while also providing them with the tools to do marketing and give them insights into the customers. Competitor analysis. Some of the players in the industry is delivery apps who have done a very good job of popularizing online ordering. But then we believe the future of commerce, just like the problem that Margaret faces, is that this commerce should be a significant portion should be direct. So we have independent developers, just as Margaret's developer who was very unreliable. We also have another solution by Africa, and what sets us apart is Sokolink is a commerce first product instead of a POS first product. So the market opportunity. So we are looking into the on-demand delivery space, targeting around 10,000 merchants in Kenya. So if we can tap into the merchants who are already selling on third-party delivery platforms, like 5,000 of them, and we convert 2,000 of them to use Sokolink, then we estimate we can get to a total projected annual revenue of $162,000 US. So how do we do this? So we start with merchant assisted onboarding, whereby we try to understand the merchant need and ensure that the first touch point with the merchant is very close, such that we can get the feedback as fast as possible. Then after that, we onboard them into the platform. Then they can now start receiving direct orders from the customer. So once the customer visits the Sokolink storefront, they can make an order, and the merchant is able to receive a real-time alert of the order. They can use their own delivery partner if they already have riders on their own, or they can tap into other third-party delivery partners that we have in the platform. So how we'll make profit? So our business model is divided into two. So we have the commission bit, whereby we charge a 3% commission for the total order amount. This is meant for the small merchants who are just getting started, and they need that online storefront to receive the orders. So we also have monthly subscription plans for the growth merchants and enterprise customer, which the pricing depends on the pricing depends on the merchant needs. So for the cost structure, so the main fixed cost.
Mishek, we are losing you. Hizi ni zile internet za sambaza.
Ama anatumia Zuku.
Sasa, okay.
So what we've done today is what we should just do there,
Yes.
but better.
Yeah.
Okay.
So any feedback for Mishek's nini in as much as Ayuko, the session is recorded, so I think we'll just share.
I feel like personally on the deck, it's too wordy because ideally, kwanza hiyo slide ya pili should be either removed or combined with the first slide. There's no point of showing a lot of words and a lady there. It's something you can say verbally. So what he has done is like taking a story and adding another slide. So you should just remove that, tell that story verbally in the beginning, so that saves slides on the deck. And then deck should have pointers. So utapata, I was concentrating on reading more than listening to him. So it should just be pointers so that I can be captivated by what he's saying. Because ideally you're here and the deck is here. So I should be listening to you and just looking at the deck as a pass-by. So if it's a lot of words, it makes me want to read and you're also talking. So my concentration is divided. Wow. I think those are the first things that I got. But I have seen Sokolink before. It's a solid idea. It's a solid business. It just needs to figure out how to express it nicely.
Okay. Sawa. And then Amos, do I have permission to share this across the board?
Yeah, Bana, you guys. Go ahead.
So hii nda circulate in nini kabisa. I think you've shared very wonderful lessons that will help even somebody who hasn't even started thinking about like starting a business. Yeah, but maybe it's something that they already need. So I think it's something that you should do more of.
We'll keep talking, especially once the program is done. I feel like you have been very vocal on our growth, and we're gonna share more ideas even now. Thank you, guys.
Cheers. Have a good one.
All right.